refer me to the company and told me the people to contact.
So then we signed her. We used her as a hoe.
People in wrestling watch the Squared Circle Maniacs talk wrestling. You don't have to be a genius to figure that out.
It's still real to me, damn it. I mean, thank you.
Take it easy, man.
Thank y'all guys. Y'all are awesome.
Back in the saddle again, Don Wayne, for another banner edition of the Square Circle Maniacs Pro Wrestling Podcast. My name is Johnny Bottles. The man to my left is Dr. Don Wayne, the neckbeard psychologist. You know, you love him from Twitter, where he antagonizes the best in the IWC. Don, it doesn't look like you're in a basement of your mother's house.
I'm not. Or trailer, which is another go-to for these neckbeard weirdos. I don't get it. They get angry over wrestling. It's just ridiculous to me, but whatever.
And you're gainfully employed.
Gainfully employed, which is where I was this whole week. Got home yesterday, finally had a meeting up near DC. Long weekend, long week. Straight from vacation to the road. I took the day off. I said, I can't today. I just can't. By the way, great new open. Appreciate it, Johnny. Looked good. Made me laugh. That was good shit.
We're going to intersperse different videos in there, pal. Super chat for $20 from Block Larry. Thank you, buddy, for supporting our channel. Welcome back, guys. Question for Donnie. You know, I like to keep score at home. So were you reward an assist on a toothbrush slam dunk in the toilet, or was it deemed a complex, independent move? I'll hang up and listen. Thank you. Well, Block Larry, first-time listener, long-time caller.
So let's get into this. While I'm on vacation, first night there, I go to take a piss, as I'm prone to do before I brush my teeth. Flush the toilet, go to get the toothbrush in the bag, which is where it's at. As I reach for the toothbrush, oh shit, it's actually not in the bag, it's on the outside. The toothbrush, as I hit the bag, the air pops it in the air. It does a full 360-degree dive and lands square in the circle of the drain of the toilet as it flushes. There was no time to react. So the next day, I had to call up, or people were saying what they had to call up the owner of the house and explain to her that we needed to get a plumber out because we had a situation. You cannot make this shit up. Full gainer, toothbrush clogged the whole damn thing up.
Regular toothbrush, electric toothbrush?
Regular toothbrush.
I'll
take a regular toothbrush.
Just vibrating the whole way, stuck in the pipe.
It is the craziest way I've ever started a vacation in my life.
Was the toilet off limits for a few days?
No, we had the guy out there the next day, luckily. So he was out there the next day.
Did he pull out the toothbrush?
As my buddy has explained it to me, he goes, look, this is going to sound weird, but my buddy accidentally flushed his, and as he says it, he goes, toothbrush? He had it out in 5 minutes, cost me $200.
That's an expensive toothbrush.
Fuck me to tears. Before we continue, I want to say something. Colorado dad, Denver dad, his son's in the hospital.
Broncos dad.
Broncos dad, yes. He's battling right now. A little flustered talking to him earlier. That was a hard, difficult conversation, but we're praying for your son, buddy. I want you to know that. Appreciate you and your son watching. Prayers, hope God heals you. Thinking of you, buddy.
Absolutely.
Thanks for tuning in.
Absolutely. The man who watches every week with his son. And his wife said last week, I was walking through the room and all of a sudden Maya World's big ass is up on the screen. What are you guys watching in here?
He said, no, she said, no wonder you guys keep watching this shit. Anyway, I wanted to cover that real quick.
Yes.
I'll get that back up there shortly, Larry. Denisha, missed my favorite mid. Welcome back, guys. AEW sucked, and I went to bed early. Don, hope you had a great time on vacation. I did. Thank you. It was a great time. Sat on the beach, drank lots of beers, had some liquor at night, watched SummerSlam, which I want to talk about a little bit because we haven't said much about it. But I also need to discuss my trip to DC this week because it was a nightmare. Get to DC, go to check in my hotel. The guy that I'm taking up there to attend this meeting with me, he's my team lead. He's visually impaired, so I have to sort of guide him around everywhere. He's good once you get him in an open space, but you want to watch him, on corners and stuff. I go to check in. They don't have a room for me, but he's got one. So now I got to scramble for a room. The best thing I could find was a Best Western that looked like it was put up in the 60s and hasn't remodeled since. And I'm 100% sure Peter North shot movies in this fucking thing. 100%.
I'm sure he shot something in that fucking thing.
Yeah. So I go to check in, and the lady behind the counter is really nice. And she says, excuse me, sir, do you have a firearm? I said, no. And she slid it across the counter and said, you're going to need it. Did not feel safe at this point in time.
What?
It's a joke, Bottles.
You're in DC at a Best Western from 1962.
You never
I figured that was a real story for a minute there. Good Lord. I'm glad I don't live up in that area anymore.
Anyway, thank God I'm home. I'm glad to talk wrestling. SummerSlam came and went, and I was worried. Everybody was worried. I thought it was a great show. I was impressed with the show. Orton coming back was shocking. I don't know if I'm the only one, but Orton coming back was shocking. That one got me. Kevin Owens coming back, another big shocker. There were surprises that I love to see in a wrestling venue.
It was spoiled all over the internet that Kevin Owens is probably coming back.
I never saw it because
soon.
I wasn't online
right.
that day.
And Orton was supposed to be coming back soon, possibly in the same week. And so I said, well, it's going to happen. It's going to happen at SummerSlam. Owens is probably going to be in the pre-show, running his mouth, talking, or maybe do an angle against Cody or whatever, or Punk. And who would have known he would have been in that match? Number one contenders match.
That was crazy.
Iced out Finn Balor.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of crazy the way they did it. When he brought out Gunther, I was like, all right, that's because he beat him last night. I was like, all right, Gunther's going to win. Good. And then Gunther doesn't win, and Gunther's got yet another bitch with the GM. I love this storyline. I do, because it's old school. I just love the way it's going. That's my opinion.
I think it would have been a better storyline if Gunther would have dropped his toothbrush in the toilet backstage right after he took a piss. And they would have had Cody Rhodes, who's the son of a plumber. He's the son of a plumber. He would have went back there and got it out for him.
From that point on that weekend, my buddy called me Piss Brush.
Piss Brush?
The rest of the weekend.
Piss Brush.
He was like, this one's good for 6 months. You know that, don't you? I was like, yeah, I know. That's gonna linger for a while. I enjoyed SummerSlam. My family watched it while we were at the beach. We had a good time. Mm-hmm. So did you like SummerSlam? I thought you did. I thought you said you did.
The first night, meh. The second night was great. First night,
meh. What'd you think of the Cody Rhodes CM Punk match?
I thought it was good.
I did too.
I thought it was good. The moonsault was a little sloppy. Oh, I did that as a tribute to Terry Funk. Bullshit. He couldn't do a moonsault.
No, the moonsault was bad. I'll give you that. He just completely whiffed on him. Like, bro, that wasn't even a moonsault. That was like a 2/3 backflip land. That shit was horrible.
The man was handicapped throughout the match as he allegedly did shit his pants. Allegedly.
I still don't see that. Looked like sweat to me.
Could have been sweat. Ass sweat.
Looked like sweat to me.
A little dew on the taint.
So yesterday, AEW ran their show, and they had a little over 1,800 people at attendance, which I don't give a shit who you are, pal. That is, there's a medium building they should be running that's about 3,000 to 5,000 people. That's where they should be running. But if you can't sell out 2,000, because this place holds 2,500, and I'll say, okay, if you take the ring into account, Maybe it takes away a few hundred seats. I'll give you that. You can't even sell 2,000 tickets.
And you could make the case, well, it's in the middle of the week. That's not a lot
It's
of people
always in the
going.
middle of the week.
The kids are going back to school. It's in the middle of the week. Right. It's always in the middle of the week. They've had live collisions on Saturday nights where there's 1,000 people there. That's it. Couldn't sell it out. Couldn't sell it out.
And that's a damn shame.
But
and don't get me wrong, we've said it every week. WWE is not exactly lighting the world on fire.
Right.
They're just not.
But they are selling more tickets.
They are.
The sickos are always, well, they're in the WWE's and arenas holds 11,000 people. They only sold 9,000 tickets. There's a big difference between 1,800 tickets and 9,000 tickets.
Yeah.
What's more profitable? But they don't have to understand what profitability is when Luigi Tron 51, hey, it looks better on TV. Yeah. Right.
Warriors got a question. I haven't seen it yet. I literally just got home yesterday. I haven't watched any TV this week. Like, not a single wrestling show besides last night. And that was the only TV show I watched.
I haven't seen it. I wonder if it was any good.
Well, was it good? I mean, I'd
I
like
don't
to hear
know.
about Renegade. I know he had a weird life, man. Like, it all went weird for that guy.
When I think in 1999, he killed himself. He committed suicide because his wrestling career just shit the bed. He wasn't any good in the ring, but they wanted to give people the impression that people from WWE or F at the time were coming over in the WCW. So they tried to pass this guy.
Ripoff.
He was a Warrior ripoff, yes. Even to the point where they had to change his eye makeup, I believe, because it got too close to the Ultimate Warriors, who copyrighted, or is it copywrote? Copyrighted. He copyrighted his look.
There's some other news I checked out today. Well, CM Punk was in the news today. A bunch.
He didn't put chairs up at Raw.
That's not the headline.
He didn't help put up the ring at Raw.
That's not the headline.
No? Oh, okay.
You're dying to talk about this. Go ahead, because this is so inside baseball of wrestling. It's sad.
Some prick named Eric Cannon, who's a nobody in professional wrestling. A nobody. I never been, never was. Nobody. Eric, A-R-I-K, by the way. Not Eric, but Eric Cannon, who was probably, Eric Rosenberg or whatever. Eric Polfievsky or whatever his name could be.
Svengoolie.
Eric Svengoolie, a Russian guy. Eric Svengoolie, yes. He's a wrestler / I guess he does the jack of all trades for Game Changer Wrestling. And Avery Styles, the son of AJ Styles, appeared at this show. He was in the main event, I believe. And he won his match, of course. And everyone came to see him. The kid's very impressive. And looks the part, looks like he's a wrestler. He's not some skinny mook in the ring. He's pretty well ripped. Last Call Podcast, super chat for $5. Thank you, LC. Thank you so much. I'm just checking in because I know Brother Don Way is in mourning over Thekla being kidnapped and sent to the Phantom Zone, a.k.a. catering. She's not even in catering, dude. She's just sitting home like all the other ones are in Guantanamo Bay.
It's
I
weird.
just don't understand it. Don't understand how one woman can control the women's locker room the way Mercedes Moné has.
From the penthouse to the outhouse is a lot of wrestlers in AEW right now. Their former women's world champ, Tickler, hasn't been seen in a month now. Their ex-world champion is curtain jerking. I don't understand what's happening in this company right now. He's got his favorites. He's going to run with them. And we're going to talk about it later. Thank you again for the 5 spot. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Denisha loved Raw and SmackDown, so she said they were good shows. But Denisha loves all of their shows. She's a big fan.
She does. But anyway, with this Avery Styles gimmick, the big thing with him was when you are a new guy in professional wrestling or in the indie circuit, no matter where you are, you help to put the ring up. This guy, Eric Cannon's position was you help put the ring up. You help put the chairs out for the fans. You do whatever needs to be done to get the show up and put together and moving. And Avery Styles didn't do any of that. Now, was he asked? Eric Cannon laughed about it on Twitter and said, yeah, we asked him. He just never came out of his dressing room. AJ jumped right in. Eric Tuttleborn, Omega Mark 9178. Dude, my hat's off to you to do the research to was that really his last name, Tuttleborn?
I don't know. It sounds awesome if it is.
That sounds like a goddamn character from The Legend of Zelda. Eric Tuttleborn. Tuttleborn here.
And I get it, Larry, because that was his whole point: is you got to pay your dues.
Got to pay your dues. But as AJ said, and other people have said, those people didn't buy tickets to see Eric Cannon. They bought tickets to see Avery Styles. So he's responsible for the house, which is a good point. Which is a very good point. People came to see a name. They came to see Avery Styles. It's a curiosity factor. Can this kid wrestle like his old man? What can he do? And he's doing all the moves. He's doing it all.
Can I say this real quick?
Go right ahead.
When Darby Allin was on the independent scene, and I watched, they had a whole lot of stuff on him back in the late 2010s. A lot of stuff I was watching on him. And it was on like A&E and these other, biographical inside wrestling. Yeah, stuff like that. I never saw him set the fucking chairs up, and nobody bitched about that.
No. There was a series on Vice, I think around 2020, 2021. It might have been before that. It might have been before AEW started. Pre-2019.
I know that's the show I'm talking about. Yes.
A 5-part series of this guy checked out independent wrestling all around the world.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
And Penta and Ray Phoenix were doing lucha wrestling at traffic lights in the median strip for money. Wearing the masks, wearing the wrestling boots and jeans, and just flying around the goddamn intersection in Mexico. People were cheering and throwing money out, coins out of their cars.
And on the other side of the street was a guy dressed up in a bad Macho Man gimmick that said, "Bad advice, $2."
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
If you've been here watching this show long enough, you know what that's a callback to.
But Darby Allin was like you said, he was a focal point of one of these shows.
Yeah, he was one of the big focal points. And this is the next indie darling. This is the guy.
The guy who hosted the show couldn't believe the abuse that he put himself through in a 20-minute match.
The shovel he took to the head in that show, I remember, because he had to go get stitches.
Did you see him backstage when he's like walking funny? And he goes, I think I broke a bone in my back.
Morons.
Yeah, idiots.
Anyway,
Speaking of idiots, Kevin Owens comes back. SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Wrestles on #1 contenders match. Broke his neck. He was out for over a year. What's the first thing he does? Cannonballs in the corner. Head first, cannonballs in the corner.
Yeah.
And then he leaps off the top turnbuckle into a slew of guys. You tell me, pal.
Look, if he's okay with being paralyzed, like, you're not going to stop him. This is what he wants to do. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
There is some chatter about CM Punk picking up this week. Have you seen all the blowback? He's blowing back on everybody. He's like, I'm tired of dealing with this shit. He came back and said, I've been working my ass off. I'm not taking steroids. And he's right. He has been working his ass off. He doesn't have the steroid bloat. He's obviously gotten in better shape.
He was off for how many months?
Yeah, like 3 months.
Yes. So that's plenty of time to work out. If you're not doing anything else, you're going to do interviews, press, and work out. And that's what he's been doing.
Hey, Eddie Kingston, take a fucking note.
Eddie Kingston made his return on Collision, by the way.
And shit his pants.
Eddie Kingston wrestled. He wrestled. What's the kid's name?
Jack Daniels.
He wrestled Jack Daniels
for
a shot in the Continental Classic.
That was a shot, all right.
It was yeah. Hang on a second.
3 chicken tenders, taters, and gravy. I threw in a biscuit and a big old cookie. Chicken in the bucket, chicken in the beans, chicken in the bucket.
Look, he's in great shape. Look at Eddie.
Chicken in the bucket, chicken in the beans. And
you're Jake Doyle.
I'd put chicken in the lemonade.
And you got to tap out to this.
It's finger licking.
Probably.
What is this supposed to be?
That's supposed to be, I guess. Now watch when he walks away from Jake Doyle. Watch. He almost falls over.
Oh my gosh.
That's great. I love that. That son of a bitch. He don't give a shit. He just don't care. He's fatter now than he was before he broke his leg. Most guys, when they're out hurt,
they work out hard to get back in better shape.
They get back in better shape. This guy was
this
off
motherfucker.
Over a year.
This bitch found the Golden Corral buffet and said, every day, son. Every day.
They call him Eddie Burger Kingston now. He's just a gelatinous blob. I think the effect of the submission move was to have his face, the opponent's face, so close to Eddie's dirty armpit. And the gut.
so he couldn't breathe.
He couldn't breathe at all.
I could have
It's called,
smothered you with my gut.
that's called Smothered in Gravy. That's the name of that movie.
That is the new finisher.
Smothered in Gravy.
God.
What a piece of shit Eddie Kingston is. Then he gets mad. He gets mad. Hey, listen, I'm no Arnold Schwarzenegger over here. You know what I mean?
But they don't pay us to get in the ring and wrestle.
I'm 67 years old. I'm not built like a pro wrestler. I never was. I don't expect to be. But this guy, that's how he makes his bones. That's how he makes a living. But he's working for a boss who don't give a shit. Doesn't care. And Alvarez and Meltzer were talking about Eddie Kingston coming back. And whether he had a shot in this Continental Classic. And why was he going to be back? He's not back on Dynamite. Alvarez said, have you seen him? Meltzer goes, have you seen him? He's got the smothered gravy locked in.
He's got the extra onions on it this time, boss.
Yes, he does. And can you imagine being Jake Doyle and having to tap out to that fat bastard?
No, I can't either. I just can't.
Out of shape. Dominic Mysterio is in better shape than Eddie Kingston. And that's really saying something. But Meltzer and Alvarez were arguing about Eddie Kingston coming back to Dynamite. And Meltzer goes, have you seen Eddie Kingston lately? Have you seen him? Oh. Alvarez, well, what's that supposed to mean? What do you mean? You got to take a look at him. You got to take a look at him.
He won't say it.
He won't say it. He wants somebody else to say it, but he won't say it. Basically, even Meltzer said, implying mentally that Eddie Kingston is a fat, lazy piece of shit.
You're welcome, by the way, Mid-South Brad. Glad you're here. So back to CM Punk, if I can finish this headline. He told everybody essentially, get fucked. He's working out harder than hell, but he's missing from an upcoming pay-per-view. Here's the next several PLE, PPV, up your anus type shows from WWE. Sunday, September 6th, they're doing Sunday night's main event.
Right.
So they're doing that show. Then they're doing the AAA NXT WWE Worlds Collide show on September 26th. Then they're doing Money in the Bank on October 10th. And guess who's not on that show?
CM Punk.
CM Punk is not on that show.
Will he be facing Kevin Owens?
I think we're going to see that well before then.
When Worlds Collide.
Probably so, yes.
Glenn Taylor, 1834 with a $20 spot. Thank you, Glenn. Kingston looks like he told people he went away to lose weight and return looking like he went to Burger King. He ate someone. He's a cannibal.
Thank you, Glenn. We appreciate you as always. Eddie does not look the part.
Eddie the Cannibal Kingston. It looks like he swallowed one of the mini housings.
There was a big return while I was away.
Well, wait a second. Wait a second. What's your theory on why Punk's not on these PLEs?
He doesn't have to be on every one of them.
Well, I would assume there's going to be a piece of business.
But look, here it is.
He's going to get into it with somebody.
At the Money in the Bank PLE, you always have the two big Money in the Ladder matches. They take about 40 minutes each, roughly from start to finish.
Right.
So you've only got enough room for maybe two more matches.
Well, there are championship matches on these shows.
I'm sure that's going to be the one where you see the AAA winner of whatever that tournament is take on Roman Reigns. That's where I think you're going to see that happen.
Yes.
So that's why I think you're going to see one of their champions, and that's what you're going to get.
Super Porky versus Roman Reigns.
That'll be it. We know who it's going to be.
El Dandy.
It's good. Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyway,
who are you to underestimate El Dandy? Who are you?
When you
it's going to be Penta.
Fluff's flame it, dude.
It's shit that's shooting in now from Flame Rubber Fluff Salisbury. Say that 5 times fast. If you're Brian Cage, how mad are you seeing Kingston picking up wins? You're livid, but if he's paying me $1 million a year, just a job once a month or twice a month, screw it. He can't get hired by WWE because they're going to give him a piss test, and the doctor's going to lose a hand. The guy's going to be holding.
When was the last match that Chicken Hawk had?
Don't know.
They've got these monsters that are 6'4" or more, and they never use them. I don't get it, man.
What about Lashley and Benjamin?
Yeah, they are regulated to just nothingness now. I don't even know the last time I saw those two guys.
MVP, for that matter. MVP, by the way, came out and said that he doesn't want a shot at the AEW World Championship. He told Tony Khan that. I think Tony Khan might have said, well, you don't have to worry about that, pal. He says he wouldn't take it. He wouldn't take it if they offered it to him because he's too old now. He's too old and shot. He can do tag team matches, but that's it.
But it does say that he's not going to be at the pay-per-view or the PLE, so I thought that was noteworthy. We'll see where this is going. There's also some news on some silence from Corey Graves. Did you read that this week?
Yes, because Big Cass is back. The when Big Cass was a raging alcoholic, he bought a house with Carmella. They were engaged to be married.
They were free in a previous relationship, who is now Corey Graves' current wife.
Yes, and mother of his 2 new children. And Corey Graves' ex-wife came out and blew the roof off of this on Twitter and told everybody that he's banging Carmella. And that's when everything went south, I guess you could say, with Big Cass. When he broke the doors off the locker rooms, kicked the metal door of the men's room across the room. He was just going crazy backstage.
Just allegedly, things got physical with him. And
not with Carmella, but with him punching walls and all this other crazy shit he was doing in the locker rooms, because he had to work with her and he had to see Graves too.
It just
bad
bears
mix.
It bears witnessing because Corey's got to get over this, man. Shit happens. He's back. He's part of the show now. You can't just sit there like a fucking 8-year-old child who's pissed off you got grounded. You're gonna have to do your fucking job. Do your job. Job.
If Corey Graves left tomorrow,
no one would care.
Nothing of value would be lost.
No. Eric Bischoff was in the news this week and pissing people off.
Oh, yes.
During his recent edition of 83 Weeks, Bischoff explained that WWE is no longer selling just a wrestling show. And he's right. It's a huge event now. It's not just a wrestling show for these big PLEs. It's an event in that town. But what he said was, get over it, get a job.
And
that kind of made me laugh. That made me laugh.
And 400,000 AEW fans went, what is this thing called job?
What is this?
Mother? What is a job?
Yeah. So we'll
He's
see.
He's the guy from the Bible.
Now, I will agree with the fans to a point. Some of these tickets are out of control. They're out of control. $5,000 for a front row seat is, you've lost your fucking minds.
You get to take the chair.
You've lost the plot.
You get to sit on Cody's bus and take a squirt in his toilet. Drop your toothbrush in his toilet. You get to do all that.
Oh my God.
You get to do all that stuff. You get to go backstage.
That was funny. Speaking of Cody Rhodes, he finally came clean about the neck tattoo. Finally. He said, my American Nightmare neck tattoo is the biggest regret of my life. No shit, Sherlock.
You get that lasered off. It's no big deal.
It'll take a long time to get lasered off. It's not like you just go in and that's it.
They put this thing, this patch over it now, this gel, and they go right through the gel with the laser. You get all done in one session. Look, you got a bad sunburn there. I'm sure it wouldn't be good to wrestle. You don't want to take a headlock. You don't want to have Gunther put you in a headlock if you just had that thing laser off your neck.
He's not wrong. That thing looks like shit. It's always looked like shit. It's
horrible. Horrible.
I don't know what he was thinking when he did that.
He lost it when his dad died. He put Dream on his chest and the American Nightmare on his neck.
So here's what's going on with the Roman Reigns match that he's going to be defending the championship against the AAA winner. Penta is the clear-cut favorite. I think there's rumors everywhere that that's the guy. People are trying to report it. There's nothing to report. That's where they're going.
Right.
That's what they're lining up.
Right. Possibly.
I don't think it's possible. I think that's happening.
Who else is in that tournament? Dragon Lee?
I don't think it matters.
Dragon
Honestly,
Lee,
God, I don't think it matters. Thank you again, Glenn.
A marquee match.
I don't think it matters.
The marquee match is Penta versus Roman Reigns, not Dragon Lee, who beat Dominic Mysterio, by the way, on Raw. Not Dragon Lee versus Roman Reigns. You got to have a star, so it's going to be Penta.
I would agree with that. Speaking of stars, Malachi Black had his first match since leaving WWE.
I thought we were talking about stars.
The Odyssey Tour now has Malachi Black. I don't know what that is. I'm not getting into it. I just wanted you to know he's not in AEW. He's in whatever the hell that thing is.
Well, good for him. He's bald now, too, by the way. He shaved the strip off on top. He's completely bald.
Good for him.
Yeah. Well, in other exciting Malachi Black news, he got his toes done. Go ahead.
Jordan Grace is banned by Cage Match. Do you want to know why?
Okay, I want to know why.
This is legit great.
This is
When she was feuding with wrestlers in NXT, she was going in and scoring their matches 0 stars.
Really?
Yes. Come on, Johnny. That's great. That's freaking great.
That's pretty wild, actually. That
Yeah,
take the time
that's
to do
great. That. So they banned her from it. But speaking of Jordan Grace, you realize she hasn't been on TV since April?
She's been on TV.
She hasn't had a match on TV.
She's been on the main event. That show that they have on their streaming services. Netflix,
yeah, I said
it's
TV.
on Netflix.
I said TV.
Well, can you say Raw is not TV? That's a streaming service. It's on Netflix.
I haven't seen her on Raw.
She has been on Raw. She's a SmackDown talent, but she's been on the main event, wrestling the likes of Kiana James and other sundry girls. Ivy Niles, another big main event girl. They call people up from NXT to come on.
Her last time on television was April 17th on SmackDown.
And I'm sure Greg is very, very happy about that. Our friend Greg, the stockbroker.
Oh, Lord. Got news on SmackDown, too. It's going back to 3 hours in January just to ramp up for WrestleMania.
We talked about this. We talked about
but
this
now
weeks
it's official.
ago. Yep.
Now we knew it was going to happen, but now
of course.
Official. They're going back in January for 3 hours. I hope they don't run it after Mania like they did this time all the way to June. It doesn't need to be 3 hours, guys. It just doesn't.
Got another story for you about SmackDown. It's going to happen next month. They're going to start moving talent from SmackDown over to the Raw side. They're going back to Raw. Some people are going back to Raw because Raw needs more stars. You can't keep the Usos and Fatu and Reigns and the Judgment Day. You need a different mix of people in there. And then they're going to call more people up from NXT to fill in the blanks at on SmackDown, namely Lola Vice, which is Damian Priest's girlfriend in real life, and whoever else they're going to bring up.
Well, the big news this week was that Umaga's son debuted in NXT.
Zilla Fatu.
And looked great. Looks like a monster. But here's my question.
Yep.
How many fucking Samoans are they going to are they going to have in this company?
They got another one on tap. Thalmiko Fatu is his name.
I get that. I mean, I get that this guy might actually be talented, but the last several they've brought in have fallen on their face. They were flops. They did nothing. They added nothing.
Right. Well, this guy Zilla Fatu is he was trained by in Rikishi's deal. He was there for a cup of coffee. He was mostly at Reality of Wrestling, Booker T's promotion. He was mostly in that, from what I understand.
I'm just saying, like, I need some more diversified wrestlers here, man. I don't want to see the same family dynasty wrestling every fucking week.
Pal, I just want to tell you, WWE is in summer reruns now because it's the Bloodline 24/7 across both shows.
It's getting old.
It is getting old. The peak of the Bloodline was the two Uso brothers, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, and Paul Heyman.
I agree.
Without that dynamic that made it so special, it's ho-hum television right now. You needed Heyman to be the guy pulling the strings in the back with the intro, the pomp and circumstance. You needed Sami Zayn for the humor. And how many times are we going to do, there's a member of the Bloodline that's not happy. Bring him to me. Bring him to me. They did it with Jay when Sami Zayn was in the Bloodline. They did it with Jay. They did it with Jimmy, right?
Omega Mark's got a great point, man. It's 97 NWO again. And yes,
as a family,
right.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting in this fucking
they're all coming out of the woodwork. And they did it with Jay. They did it with Jimmy. They did it with Jacob Fatu. And now they're doing it with Solo Sikoa.
Enough's enough. Can we move on from that shit now, please? Can we do something else?
Yeah. Well, they're not going to do it because Roman Reigns is a big star.
And Roman Reigns can be a big star, but he doesn't need the Bloodline. He doesn't need that shit. And unless The Rock's walking through that fucking door, it's not going anywhere.
What was he without Heyman?
Well, you're true. You're right.
He was getting booed out of the buildings.
He was.
People hated him. Remember when remember when he beat The Undertaker? That Monday night on Raw? Every time he brought the microphone up to his mouth, the place booed him. 17 minutes of boos. He stretched it out. God bless him.
There's news on Chelsea Green I want to cover real quick. She got a fractured orbital bone, but rumor has it she is not going to be stripped because they just went through this.
Yes.
So they're going to keep the title on her, and they're going to keep moving, and they're going to keep calling her, if you've noticed, the intermingle. What do you call it?
Interim champion.
Yes,
which is bullshit. I think.
We'll see. That means she's going to have to fight somebody later.
Yeah, but those Fatal Influence girls, they did it to her. They're a little rough. They're a little rough around the edges. They're used to those women down in NXT, dude. They throw hands. They pass the potatoes down at NXT. They really do. And that's what happened to Chelsea. She got a potato passed to her. Super chat for $5 from Scud. Is it in these hills that Juan Valdez and his trusty go gather coffee beans every morning?
That is a callback to a commercial of the latter day. That's awesome.
Yes, Juan Valdez.
Speaking of Juan
potatoes.
Speaking of Juan Valdez, AEW had a show last night.
Are we done with Raw?
Yeah.
We're done with SmackDown?
Yeah.
We're not even going to talk about the Oba Femi and Bron Breakker confrontation?
We could talk about it if you want to. It's just I don't want to go down this hill because everybody watch it. That's one of the most intriguing things on the show. Oba Femi and Braun look like they're going to go at it. Braun asked Paul Heyman if he thought Oba was the next big thing. Oba said he respects him, and then when he left, he said thank God or something along those lines.
Yes,
and it's
yes.
good shit.
Yes.
I don't expect anything less from them. I know they're going to give me something good. It's the other hour and 45 minutes I got to worry about right now.
And it's summer reruns. How many pull apart brawls are they going to have?
Oh.
How many times are you going to see those agents and security guards come out of the back to separate people? It's every effing week. Sometimes it's on both shows. Most of the time it's on both shows. Sometimes it's twice in a night. So can we get another playbook here? That's all I'm asking. Another playbook.
Well, we don't want this playbook. AEW last night, like I said, 1,800 tickets, and Billy Ocean Spray comes out to start this show off. And apparently they had the arena show in Mexico last week. And he talks about that. And he talks about how when he was there last year, his grandfather had passed away. And he goes on this long diatribe about his grandfather. Then he tells the fans he'll leave his body in the ring for the fans.
He was talking about how he got hurt so bad in that match. And he's got a big match coming up in Wembley at All In. And a lot of people were saying, why would you put this guy in a street fight in Mexico when he's the main event of Wembley, your pay-per-view in 3 weeks? Why are you doing this? And he's got a bad neck. But
I don't understand why this guy says the things he says. Like, I don't remember Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, or Steve Austin ever saying, I'll die in this ring. No, what the fuck are you doing, man? You sound like a geek, like a nerd. You sound like somebody that sits around collecting fucking Pokemon cards all day and does nothing productive in society. That's what you sound like.
You know the guys in the past would
goof.
The guys from the past would say, you know what they'd say to Will Ospreay?
Well, look at this, prima donna.
Yeah.
That's what they'd say.
It's just awful, the shit he says. It's corny. It is corny.
If you can understand what he's saying half the time. That's the key.
True too. He then says Kenny Omega was watching his match from home, then says Kenny is backstage. Come on out. And instead we get Don Callis.
Who doesn't want more Don Callis?
Oh, good. Another guy that's getting overused in this company. Well, he's got 400 wrestlers in his corner, so I guess they got to use the shit out of him.
And he's pretty much the only manager that they'll put on TV. The MVP, notwithstanding, he's playing cards at his in the back room with Benjamin and Lashley.
And we're going to talk about him in depth much later because he was in the low light of the night. Remember when they used to have the body slam of the night sponsored by Snickers? Or the slam of the night? They should have the low light of the night sponsored by Slinky. We could get lower. Just show a Slinky coming down the stairs as Don Callis fucking botches this.
Oh, my God.
Anyway.
I thought his teeth were going to fall out of his mouth when he was cutting this promo.
Don reflects on Kenny with when he had him in his corner. And Don talks about how they beat Moxley and Kenny left. And when Kenny left, Don turned on him. And then Don's family jumps Billy. I don't know why this is happening. I don't understand any of this. We're just throwing shit at the wall now.
You can't book a show. That's what the problem is. They can't book a show. This is what you got. This is what you got.
Then Kenny comes out with a metal pipe. I don't understand what's going on. Then the fans chant Kenny's name. He clears the ring, acts like he's going to hit Billy, but doesn't. And then he tells him he felt the promo he gave tonight. He said, Billy, I felt that promo tonight. But here's your problem. You always let your emotions get the best of you. He goes to pick him up by the hand because Billy's on the floor. He goes to give him a hand up.
Mm-hmm.
And this took for fucking ever. I read an entire chapter in a book while we waited for him to take his hand. This was awful.
It was bad.
Billy says, I didn't ask for your help, bruv. And fucked right off.
And Kenny said,
Hello, Frisco.
And it was at this point in time that I noticed Paul White has replaced Taz on the mic for the night. And I said, oh, I've got to pause this. Let me get some popcorn. Where is this shit show going?
Did you look to the very right of the screen to see the man with the wombat on his head? Did you see how happy he looked?
Yes. He was not a pleasant man last night. Tony Schiavone was not a pleasant man. He was not happy to be in that building.
That's when the show always starts. He's sitting there at the desk. He's either like this or he's like this.
Let me ask you something. Do you think he's looking like this because he can't fucking see? Because he needs a new prescription to get those Coke bottle glasses redone again? He should be able to see the flag on the moon with them bitches. They're so thick.
Don, when you've got a ferret pulling on your scalp 24/7 and you're in constant pain from that, you're not going to look happy. Just don't feed his hair after midnight. That's all I can tell you.
They give us a Continental Cup rundown. There's an actual cup involved in the Continental Classic Cup now.
Is someone wearing the cup? Who's wearing the cup?
It's an actual championship cup. So now we're going to add a trophy and an actual belt into this thing.
Here's your trophy. Here's your belt. Here's your $150 gift certificate to Red Lobster.
He just can't be consistent. It's always got to be a little bit more. You don't need an actual you don't need an actual trophy. What are we doing here?
You don't need a trophy. He wants it to be like the G1 climax from New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's what he wants it to be like.
They then show Eddie Kingston winning the match he had against Jack Daniels. And they showed, I'm not kidding you guys and gals, if you haven't seen the promo after his match
on Collision,
please go find it on Collision.
Sorry. Collision.
Because I'm not kidding. It literally sounded like he shit his pants. And I'm not talking about like it was like, it was gurgling noises.
It was gurgling.
Like when you are holding your cheeks together for life, when you're in rush hour traffic and you're sitting there on the wheel, that's what it sounded like. And all you're thinking in your head is, oh, Lord, don't let that be the one that let go.
It wasn't good. It wasn't a good look at all. He's cut the promo and he hesitates and he lets it out. He goes right back into the promo. And Ortiz, who hasn't been seen on AEW television in
God knows.
I don't know, God knows when. He was like this. Standing behind Eddie. Because he was just in the brink, got the brunt of it. When the hellish liquid spilled out of his ass.
Oh, I know, Brad. Brad says they're having the C2 later this year. I know. He loves himself some tournaments, man.
Because he can't book a show. He can't book a show. He just writes names down and draws lines to the names of who's going to win, who's going to do that. You guys figure it out. Here you go. This is what I want.
He draws lines all right.
He draws. Just don't have a fan blowing on him when he's drawing those lines.
Then Tony Schiavone cuts back to him and he says, tonight we're going to have two men that have won every AEW title, Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, and Moxley. And I'm like, Jack Perry's never been world champion. These two guys have never won all the titles. This gets cleared up later because Renee Baguette has to unstep on Tony's dick because he just did it. It's insane how bad this was.
Notice at the beginning of the show, the first half hour, 45 minutes, he's talking like this. And then his voice was down like this later in the show. He's talking to him. Yes, you're right.
I'm going to be honest with you, Bottles. At this point in time, I tune him out unless he says something so ridiculously absurd.
I hate the man so much because he's so horrible. And he was so horrible to Bobby Heenan. I can't stand him. I can't stand him.
MJF comes out, and it's announced that this is the gauntlet, is for the gauntlet match, and this is for the number 2 spot in the gauntlet match. We keep coming back to this. Why would you be one of the first 2 people in this fucking match if there's going to be 10 people involved? Why
wouldn't you be number 10? Let everybody else kick the shit out of one another.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Is if there's a pin right away, is the whole thing over?
Supposedly, but they never let, they're never going to let that happen. It's never happened.
No, it's never happened at all.
The only way this is going to work now is if MJF gets this in this match and the third guy's running out and he gets the pin real quick. That would make sense. But he's not going to do that. He's never going to do that because he wants to have a 30-minute orgasm match every time.
Right.
Oh, did you see they did 45 moves? Oh, God. Anyway, out comes MJF. He grabs Justin Roberts by the throat and makes him call him the one true champion. This is a very CM Punk storyline from when CM Punk did the same thing. They're literally doing the same storyline they did 3 years ago at the exact same time. It's
Summer
August.
reruns. Summer reruns.
It's a theme here. And I said, okay, who's he wrestling? He's wrestling fucking Nikki Wayne and 8-Ball. This is where MJF has been regulated to the pig slop of this company, from the penthouse to the outhouse. I don't understand why you've got a Ferrari at a pig stall mudding with four-wheelers. I don't get this.
Your biggest ratings draw right now. And this is what you're doing with them. But it must have been a boatload of money for him not to take that WWE deal.
It must have been. By the way, I did notice Moxley's leg is still heavily wrapped. And
you
it's
mean
not
MJF's?
like wrapped. Sorry, MJF. MJF's leg is heavily wrapped, and it's not like a show wrap. He's fucking wrapped that sucker up.
Yes, he probably tore his hamstring.
Maybe he did.
Yeah. Or Roosh tore his hamstring. Notice you haven't seen Roosh in a long time.
Yeah. Thank God for that.
Good Lord. You'll mess with the bull. I tear your hamstring.
You mess with the bull, I potato the shit out of you. Which that's coming up in this match later, and I was going to ask you about it, so get ready. 8-Ball and Nikki do the worst fucking Steven Seagal kick sequence I've ever seen in my life, where they're kicking at each other, trying to make you think they're trying to hit each other. They were this far from each other's faces with those kicks, Bottles. I was like, fuck, call Steven Seagal. He could at least do this better than these two assholes. This was terrible.
Probably it wouldn't be a good look for Steven Seagal to come out of wherever he's hiding. Have you seen him lately?
Yes, I have.
He makes Eddie Kingston look like Sammy Guevara.
I want to see them have a match.
Oh, put that on pay-per-view, baby.
They're both going to blow up in 27 seconds, and they're both blowing up. That shit is over. That's a wrap, son.
That's done. That would be the AEW version of the Speed title. God, yes, the Speed title. A 30-second match. Whoever doesn't die first.
What's the move you named earlier for Kingston?
Smothering gravy.
Fucking Steven Seagal's finisher would be called the pork chop.
Pork chop. Just
the shit out of you.
He did one movie where he sat in a chair the whole time fighting people.
Yeah, I know.
What
he
the
makes
hell?
the worst pieces of shits ever, man.
Because he don't care. He's getting paid. He don't care.
Anyway, A-Ball hits a shooting star press. 2 count because fuck you, that's why.
Right.
We don't sell shit here.
Let's ruin the shooting star press for everybody who's done it in the past as a finishing move.
Now, there's a sequence here at the end where Nick Wayne, I don't know if Nikki actually hit MJF hard in the gut or not, but he cussed at him after he hit him in the gut, went up to give a move off the top rope, and as he's coming down, MJF knocked the shit out of him. Did you catch that last
Yes,
night?
I did. Yes, I did.
Was that a receipt for the gut shot?
That was definitely a receipt. There was no slap of the thigh. There was no spank of your stomach or your side when you're receiving the hit.
When I tell you, I went back and watched this 5 times. It was at least 5. Because I was like, there's no way he just hit the shit out of that kid like that. And he sure as hell did. He came full ass forearm into the side of his head, folks. And you could hear it throughout the arena. He hit his ass so hard.
Yeah. The kid's
Knocked
sloppy.
the shit out of him.
The kid's sloppy.
I bet he won't be that sloppy again.
No.
Anyway, in comes 8-Ball. He gives his finisher to Nikki. MJF throws 8-Ball out the ring, and he fends him with 8-Ball's finisher. So MJF wins. Which, by the way, who is letting him get away with that finishing move? Because I would kick the shit out of him.
I don't know.
If you don't know what 8-Ball's finishing move is, he does, is it a forward flip or back flip? But it doesn't matter. He lands with his knees in your gut and your chest. There's no way to soften that. You're taking that move.
There is a way of softening that if you do it to Eddie Kingston.
Okay, well, that's about it. And then you probably get shit all over the ring and you have to retarp the whole thing. Shit would literally spurt across the ring.
That's a new smothering gravy right there.
MJF gets on the mic, says, I told you guys I'd win. The champ always wins, says no one can stay on top of him. Andrade's music hits. And I knew it right away because he's done it before. And sure enough, it was MJF cueing the music. He never came out. He says, Kenny and Billy are petrified of him and C.
Did you see what happened to Andrade? He was wrestling somewhere. He had to get 14 staples in his top of his head.
Why would you let your wrestlers wrestle in any other company if you were running this show? You're pushing this guy to the moon. Why are you letting him go anywhere else?
And now he's going to miss a week or two because his head's swollen, busted open, 14 staples.
Dave Meltzer said that this was a planned week off.
Jesus Christ almighty.
He did.
I'd like to know what kind of acid Meltzer drops every morning when he wakes up.
The women's tag team.
His whole world must look like a box of Lucky Charms. Purple moons, green clovers, just psychedelic colors. Go ahead.
The women's tag team is in the fake Birds Bar, the Brawling Birds Bar. The audio is fucking trash.
Horrible.
You cannot, you can't hear anything they're saying. It is echoing throughout the whole segment.
This is not the first time.
I know, but this was bad.
In this show.
I didn't catch a fucking word they said.
Right.
Not a word.
Right.
She could have been giving me directions to $1 million treasure. I would not know where the hell to go.
What was the name of this duo? These two women? What's their name?
Oh, Dominion Power.
That's what I'm looking for.
And then we get business to pick up. Mick Foley is with the Bang Bus gang. Same echo. It's the same echo.
The Bang Bus gang.
I can't
pops me every time I hear it.
I still can't hear shit. Jay White says the stars are aligned. Grimace is next to him trying to look like a tough guy. They do gun things. I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
And Foley, did you see Foley reading a cue card?
Yeah.
When he was doing his, he's like looking off, not at the camera. He's looking off to the side. And Jay White's here. And the camera's there. He's not looking at Jay. He's not looking at the camera. He's looking off to the side reading a cue card for what he's supposed to say. He is the drizzling shits. And he's doing this thing now with his eyes. Have you seen this?
Yes. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. And then he goes, can I do the bang thing? Can I do the Bang Bus thing?
I believe he would like to do the Bang Bus thing.
We're getting Jay White versus David Finlay. And for some reason, Johnny Nitro comes out and poses with them. I thought the whole point of this Continental thing was that nobody could even come out with you. Yet here he is.
No. He came out to the top of the ramp. He wasn't ringside. That's the catch.
But he came out was the whole thing.
Bye, honey. Have a good day at work. And they went backstage. Stupid. Yes.
The crowd is dead. And that's what I took away from this. Shit. They do not get whatever momentum Jay White had before he got hurt is all gone. There is no interest in this guy. Everything about him feels stale and old, including the Bang Bus gang because it's so start and stop.
Do you know why it's stale and old with Jay White now? When he came back from injury, he had to cut a promo.
Come back.
He had to cut a promo on Johnny Nitro Jr. and Finlay because he had problems with them in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So instead of having a promo package where both sides are talking about how much they hate each other, he just had to go and stand there in the middle of the ring with Shivani and explain why he hates David Finlay. And that was it. That's all you have to go on. Then they had matches and stuff.
And stuff.
We had matches and stuff. Mom, don't make me do stuff. I'm going to do my matches and stuff.
I can't emphasize this enough. This crowd did not give a shit
Don't
about
care.
this, man.
They do not care about Finley, about Johnny Nitro 2. They don't even care about Johnny Nitro 1.
You can blame it all on me.
That's it.
Jay White gives Finley a German suplex, goes to get up and falls down, grabbing his neck. I don't know if this was a work or a shoot, and the crowd was twice as confused because the ref's stopping the match. Finley gets up and tries to give him another move, and it gets reversed. I don't know if he was really hurt or what the fuck was the point of this.
He got a stinger a couple of weeks ago. He told the ref he was hurt when he was wrestling these guys, when he had that chain match. And now he's wrestling Finley again, and after he tells the ref he's hurt, every move Finley does is to his head and neck. What's going on?
I don't know if it's a work or a shoot. That's what I'm saying.
What is going on?
Even if it's a work, it's a poor taste. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Anyway, Jay White wins. I don't give a fuck. Tony Schiavone is in the ring, and he brings out the new trios champions, which are Hangman and Brodito. And I said, oh, this is going to be good. This is going to have a long-lasting effect.
They've got a name for that group. The good, the bad, and the ugly, but they're Spanish names. Spanish word for good, bad, and ugly. Yeah. That's gimmick infringement. Low Plains Drifters filing a claim against AEW for gimmick infringement.
That didn't last long, by the way. Ping Pong and the Dam didn't have that shit for more than a week. And it was gone again.
Gone again.
So anyway, they're standing in the ring, and as they cut promos, Swerve comes out. Swerve's back. And Swerve is dressed like he just stepped out of the fucking Blue Oyster. And he is here, chaps ass and everything, ready to go.
Young man.
I said, what is going on here? Look at how these guys are dressed. One guy's dressed like he just robbed a bank in Mexico. The cowboy looks like he just stepped out of a bar in tight blue jeans looking to get hit on. Swerve looks like he's there to hit on him. And then you got T-shirt guy. It's just
T-shirt guy. And then you had the manager, Swerve's manager, who you hardly ever see. What's his name?
Yes. And he runs off Tony Schiavone.
He runs off Tony Schiavone. Says
his breath smells every week.
Yes. And it probably does. It smells like despair and bourbon.
Out comes, speak of the dead, out comes Ping Pong and the Damned and three other dudes that are with his team now.
Yes.
So I guess we're just fucking building teams everywhere.
Blake Christian, I forgot who the other two guys are. It really doesn't matter. They're faceless bots. They're NPCs.
Anyway, this thing goes nowhere. No one fights. No one touches.
I'll tell you where it's going.
Nowhere.
I'll tell you where it's going. This is where it's going for All In. It's going to be the Hangman's crew versus the Damned versus Swerve's new crew of Kofi and Austin Creed, the former New Day.
You might have something there.
The former New Day. Because much like WWE, when you've got black talent,
here we go.
Let's put all the black talent together on one team. You can't mix it up. You got to have them all segregated. What the fuck are we doing?
I don't know.
What are we
Renee
doing?
Baguette is with Willow Nightingale, and she's talking to her backstage. And Monet attacks Willow out of nowhere.
You
and
can see her in the background.
Hold on. Yes, you can see her walking up. It's so bad that you can see her walking. There's no way Willow couldn't see her.
If she looked at a monitor in front of her, she would have saw her over her shoulder.
If she looked at Renee in the interview, she would have seen her.
Yes. She was working in the shadows, and she got a nice running start. Go ahead.
Renee Monet kicks the shit out of her, and the crowd is silent, and you can hear it clear as day. Sasha, come home!
Sasha, we love you!
I fucking paused the show. I was laughing so hard.
I laughed my ass off when she grabbed Willow's head and moved her around. She goes, where's the camera? Where's the camera? There's 9 fucking camera cuts. There's 9 cameras around her. Where's the camera? Pick one, lady. Pick a camera. And she's called her a bitch and everything else. And you see, Sasha, we love you.
Come home.
Sasha, come home. Lassie, come home.
It was fucking hilarious.
Did you see how she just pushed Willow out of the chair with the belt?
Yes.
She was going for a headshot, but she didn't want to hurt her, I guess. And really, it was so tight. The camera was so tight on Willow from here up. When the belt's coming, it hit her shoulder and stopped, and she just gently pushed her over.
And I'm falling.
That's it.
And I'm free.
Free falling, Willow Nightingale. And then she started beating her with the belt. And Willow had to sell that the weak belt shots.
She was missing her completely and just nailing the floor. Nailing the shit out of the floor.
If that was pre-taped, they should have looked at that and did it over.
Again and again and again.
Until they got it right.
The fucking match of the night is next. Jericho comes out, and I mean, no one gives a shit.
No one gave a shit. He tried to get people to sing the song after he stopped playing it like they used to.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
Like,
whatever the Judas is, Judas.
By the way, whatever or whoever did his fucking hair should be tried for manslaughter because they butchered that shit.
He needs to see the same people that MJF's getting for his wig.
Dude,
MJF's
his hair looked like he had taken a gallon of Aquanet to that bitch and then combed it out.
Yeah.
So you get all the flakes and shit. It looked fried to no end. He might as well have just stuck it in an oven.
Of course. He looks like Sebastian Bach after he's been out on a 5-week bender on bourbon and LSD and weed.
Awful.
Horrible. Horrible.
Michael Knight comes out and Don Callis, and no one cares again. No one gives a shit.
No one gives a shit about Kevin Knight. They really don't. Oh, I can't believe you're saying that. He's a star. They built the star. He's a homegrown AEW star. No, he's not. No, he's not. You're a star when you can talk to your next door neighbor and his
they
kids,
know who you're talking about.
and they know who you're talking about when you say Roman Reigns. Even if you said Bron Breakker. Of course, you say Ric Flair, everybody knows who Ric Flair is. If you say...
Yeah, that's the guy that yells at Egyptians.
The guy drinks a lot. That's CM Punk. Oh, CM Punk. Oh, yeah, I know CM Punk. Blah, 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 blah. But no one knows Kevin Knight. No one knows who Thekla is. No one knows who... Well, people might know who Mercedes Moné is if she was still called Sasha Banks. No one knows
who she is.
No one knows who Chris Statlander is. No one knows who any of these people are. Viva Van. No one knows Hikaru Shida. No one knows who these people are. They're not stars.
But you know who no one knows?
Who's that?
Aubrey Edwards, who was calling this match. I said, oh, what's she going to do tonight?
Oh, she had them all.
She didn't disappoint. Right out of the gate, Knight jumps on Jericho. Aubrey grabs Knight like she's physically going to be able to remove him from the situation. I said, what the fuck are you doing, lady?
It's unbelievable. She did something else that was really egregious. I hope you picked it up later on in the match. She's outside the ring at the time when she did it.
Jericho then gives the worst 10-punch corner spot I've seen in a long time, where he climbed to the top rope to give it. Usually it's a second rope and you can hide a little bit. He's on the third rope, just missing and barely hitting him on every punch. It looked like total shit.
Everything he does looks like total shit now.
Aubrey leaves the ring as they fight. I hate this shit. They do it in the WWE too often, and they do it all the time in AEW. Do the fucking 10 count. If they're out, they're out.
You better get back in this ring. You better get right back in this ring right this minute.
Stop making the refs look like feckless idiots, man. I'm done with it.
Did you see when Jericho ran over to Paul White and sat on his lap?
Yes.
Put his arm around and talked to him?
Yes.
And then he gets up off of his Paul White's lap, and the horse, Farlap, runs over to get in a camera shot behind Jericho for no fucking reason whatsoever. She comes over.
She got behind him when he sat in her lap.
No, when he got up.
That.
When he got up off of Big Show's lap, and Kevin Knight's trying to do whatever he can. He's working with a stiff, and Farlap runs over between the barricade and Jericho. And it's like, and then runs back. She wanted to get on camera in the shot. That's where she wants to be all the time, in the center of the camera shot.
We come back from commercial break, and here we go. Oh,
they did
Jericho,
picture-in-picture. They did commercial breaks in this match. It should have been 5 minutes. It's over. Done.
Jericho hits a top rope power bomb on Michael Knight. Aubrey Edwards comes sliding in, hits the fucking Shetland pony, 2 count. So we're not getting
Shetland pony.
She hits the Shetland pony
with a right cross.
Knight is working his ass off in this fight. He's working so hard in this match.
Yes.
He's trying to carry Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Aubrey gets distracted. Farlap gets distracted by Don. He hits him with the nut shot. 1, 2, 3, and C.
No. You missed an important, crucial part of this match.
Go ahead. Because this was just, sorry. Shit. I'm sorry. You're right. I've literally put this in my memory bank of I don't want to watch this anymore. It was so bad. Chris Jericho. Here it is.
We're going to dissect this.
So I'm sorry. I was going to run through this because I totally forgot about it. I thought about this too much today. Jericho puts him in the walls of Jericho in the middle of the ring. He's supposed to be next to the ropes so he can take a shot from Don Callis. While he's got him in the middle of the ring, it dawns on him, oh shit, I'm in the middle of the ring. Jericho begins talking to him, mouthing what he's supposed to do and doing this shit. Go over there, go over there, go over there. Don doesn't do it. He does nothing.
What Don did wrong was he jumped the gun. He did it too quickly. He didn't get these guys.
Hold on. I, honest to God, it could have been a million things. I don't know what went wrong. I think Jericho was supposed to be next to the fucking ropes. Honest to God.
I think they were supposed to do the spot where the guy on the bottom starts pushing with his arms backwards, and the guy who's holding him in the crab, the Boston Crab, starts crab walking to the ropes like he's being pushed by the guy he's holding. Yeah, you've seen that spot a million times.
Yeah, but that's not what happened here.
That's not what happened here because Don jumped the gun.
Instead, Jericho stands up, fucking walks over to the ropes, leans in so Don Callis can hit him with the screwdriver.
And Farlap is over here asking Kevin Knight if he would like a sandwich. Can I get you a coffee?
And by the way, this wasn't even the end of the match because Jericho kicks out.
Let's take a look at this.
When is the show gonna end?
Look, he's giving a signal.
Get too far away!
What the fuck
Here we
are
are.
we doing?
Run it by me again, big guy. That sucks. Hey, Don, go fuck your ass.
That's it.
Run that again.
What? Run it again.
Run it again.
We're doing a CSI on this motherfucker.
No, I watch him do the fucking Iggy.
When is the
He's
show
getting in
gonna
the ring.
end? Get too far away! Here we are. Run it by me again, big guy. That sucks. Hey, Don, go fuck your ass.
I like how he gave him, do it again? Do it again? What? Don Callis had that befuddled look on his face.
I have no words for how bad this was. I honestly, it went in my Rocky V file. It never happened. I watched it. People have asked me about it all day. I almost didn't talk about it because it pissed me off so much in real time. This was fucking horrendous.
Horrible. And even Meltzer couldn't apologize for this. It was horrible. Horrible.
Why are you walking your opponent over to the ropes to take the shot? If it's not going to happen, get into another shot. Do the crab thing where he kicks out or powers you out of it, and then Don can whack your ass.
Yes, that would have been better than what they did. There's 2 or 3 other scenarios they could have done, but that was horrible. And then he dropped the screwdriver on the ground, and he had to run over and get it. And he looked at the referee like she's going to say, "Hey, what are you doing with that screwdriver over there?"
Don Callis got in the ring and then said, "Fuck it," and left. fuck it. I'm out of here.
Well, what could he do? Jericho is like 10 feet away from him. You know what I mean? What can he do? Just a comedy of fucking errors, man. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Anyway, I hope that made everybody happy. Backstage, Claudio is cutting a promo that I can't understand.
You can't hear it. You can't understand it. The audio was this shit.
Because in the background, Moxley is making out with Footloose.
She was trying to give him a reach around, Don. That's what it looked like.
There was something going on. That was I don't know what that was supposed to be, but I know what it looked like on TV. And it didn't look like they were trying to do some jujitsu. It looked like they were trying to do some fucksu.
Why you got to bring the Jews into this?
Jujitsu.
Yes, I heard what you said.
Then Moxley asks if Jack is ready. What?
Jack. Jesus Christ. This is the main event of the show, by the way.
No, I know.
This is the main event where they had a 21-minute overrun for this piece of shit. This piece of garbage match they had.
Statlander is going to face off against some chick called Viva La Bam. I have no idea what this is. Statlander wins.
And there's the Saigon whore that bit my nose off.
That was her. Viva Van.
That was her. Statlander won. Mick Foley comes down and says he has to face someone. I don't know what he's saying.
He has to talk to Statlander.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't want to talk to
Sheeta comes
Statlander?
out. Then Thunder Rosa comes out. Then World Star comes out. I don't care. Fast forward, faces win. I just don't give a shit. Darby Allin promo. He says Kevin can't beat him at his own game. I'm going to win. And see. I'm telling you, it just got worse and worse as this thing went on.
This was absolutely one of the worst editions of AEW Dynamite I've ever seen in my entire life.
Audio-wise, it's the worst piece of shit.
This was actually, I'm not even going to say AEW. This was actually one of the worst wrestling shows I've ever seen in my entire life. This show,
AEW audio was just next level. It was third grade bad.
This shit is like one notch below NWA Power. If you've ever seen an episode of NWA Power.
They should have just taken one of those old school cassette recorders that you saw in the cop movies and just hit play record and done the audio through that, because it would have been better.
It would have been better, but they don't learn. You need to turn in the house mics on the outside by the ring and the microphones of the announcers, turn them down. Turn up the volume of your pre-tape or whatever's going on backstage. They won't do it. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Renee Baguette is with Kyle Fletcher. The echo once again is awful. Apparently, there's a three-way that's been announced where his own is it Takeshita
and Okada. Takesha's a good. He's a face now, but you haven't seen him on TV.
And Okada are now going to face Kyle because Don Callis says he wants to keep in the family, and Kyle Fletcher storms off.
It's kind of hard to get behind a face when the heel turns face.
When they're not on fucking television.
Bingo.
I said, this is going shit, and I'm not watching this.
I will say, Kyle Fletcher was good on this promo. Everybody else sucked.
If I could have heard him, I could agree with you.
Probably is one of his best promos. I had to turn it up. I had to crank it, but you could hear what he was saying.
I bet you did, pal.
And he didn't have the voice like this, like he usually does.
I bet you did have to
crank it to Kyle Fletcher. No. Viva Van. I cranked it too.
Anyway, he storms off.
The Saigon whore that bit my nose off.
Jack Perry versus John Moxley, who comes down the stairs. Footloose slaps him, and there's no title. Long story short, your typical John Moxley match. They go outside, throw some shit around. Both guys bleed. It goes the distance. They have to fucking blah, 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 blah. Guess who wins?
Did you see?
Moxley wins.
At the end of the match, the shitty forearms and punches that he was throwing to Jack Perry.
Because he does it every week, and I'm not going to watch this guy anymore.
Buddy, he could have been hitting him with pillows. That's how soft he was punching Jack Perry. It was ridiculous. And the camera, once again, is tight right on there. And the ref says, and all of a sudden this has turned into the fucking UFC. Jack, you got to defend yourself, Jack. Jack, you got to defend yourself. Jack, defend yourself. And he's just taking these soft punches. Like, It looked like Curly from the Three Stooges hitting Jack Perry. And he's dropping the forearms and the elbows on him as softly as he could, leaving this much room between them. I'm thinking, what's he defending himself from? All Moxley got to do is give him a kiss goodnight. Don, I'm a Jew and I'm offended. You're a rabid anti-dentite. Yes, he is. Thanks for the five.
Lord have mercy.
So anyway.
That's AEW. I don't give a shit. I don't know where we're going. This was
the ref was going to stop the match, and they extended it into multiple choke holds for Moxley, sleeper holds, and Jack Perry passed out. End of story. It was one of the worst
main events.
One of the worst main events I've ever seen in a wrestling program. It was horrible. Horrible. There's no way anybody out there who's a fan of AEW, even the crowd didn't like this show. The people who paid money to see this shit only came to life when, and that was two people probably, when Mercedes Moné came in.
We love you, Sasha.
and then Hangman Page. They cheered Hangman Page, I will say. They did cheer him. But the rest of this was MJF. But MJF was an uber heel. It was just horrible. It was nothing redeeming about this show whatsoever. The high points of the show were all the botches. You know what's bad? When the high point of your TV show is one of the biggest mistakes that anyone's made in professional wrestling in the last 10 years.
Get over. Get in the fucking corner. Anyway, we're back. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We appreciate the show.
So embarrassing. I'd like to show one more thing that I discovered on the internet. Just a little quick video. I was fascinated by this. So I wanted to play it for you because I know you haven't seen it.
Guys, weekend booze, gambling, strippers, woo! Need advice from the Rolex wearing?
Move that super chat down for a second.
Son of a gun, on how to handle all the partying with all the booze.
Take that. There you go. You got to see this guy's face, his lower face.
I can see it.
Gambling and the wild women. Just live life, guys. Enjoy every minute. You never know what tomorrow's going to bring. Have all the fun you can, drink all you can, love all the ladies you can, and enjoy life. God bless.
Meanwhile, Wendy's in the front seat just driving him home from the Tampa Bay bar at 8:45 at night. There he goes. His face looks like a bowl of melted strawberry ice cream.
It's not good. You can take that down.
That's just oh my God. It's just the shits.
It's not good.
It's the shits.
Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. We'll be back next week.
Till next week, Gordon's only saying so long from the Sunshine State.